Makina sends Yuuji an email stating that he has now graduated from Oni-chan status to Papa status. When a confused Yuuji confronts her, Makina presents Yuuji with a check for 70 million yen, the entirety of her inheritance, so that he will act as her father. Reluctantly, he agrees and proceeds to keep a close eye on her, to the envy of the other girls, especially Amane, who states that if Yuuji is her father, then she could just as easily be her mother. During a break from school, Yuuji takes Makina to his home in the mountains where he used to live with his master. Later, by chance, Makina encounters her younger sister and Irisu heir, Sarina, in town, but passes by without saying anything to her. To her horror, her sister's car explodes moments later. The shaken Makina is tended by her classmates, and when she wakes up, Yuuji informs her that her sister was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. That evening, Yuuji is called into work where JB presents him with a dossier for his next job, and the target is Makina. Yuuji takes the job JB gave him, but only so that he can protect her. To do so, he and Makina leave the academy to present a moving target. Sachi gives Makina an apple sapling as a parting gift. The efforts of the organization to get a hold of Makina are fruitless, as Yuuji is able to dispose of every agent sent after them. As they flee, Yuuji becomes aware of Makina's recurrent nightmares involving her father. It is revealed that a few years earlier, Makina's father found evidence of the Irisu group's corruption and was killed in front of Makina on his wife's orders. Makina spent a number of years in a hospital recovering from the trauma. It is further revealed that she has a near photographic memory and had read some of the incriminating documents before her father's death. It turns out that Makina's mother ordered the hit on Makina because she phoned her mother and threatened to reveal the corruption unless her younger sister was kept safe. When their latest hideout is compromised, Yuuji manages to get them away, but Makina forgets her sapling. Despite Yuji's admonition to forget about it, Makina returns to the hotel to search for it and is shot. Yuuji shows up in time to take her to a hospital, but is intercepted by JB. In the hospital, Makina's mother shows up and, to JB's horror and disgust, asks if Makina's internal organs are unharmed, because Sarina is in need of an organ transplant. Later, a disguised Yuuji shows up at the Irisu Group's HQ and shoots Makina's mother. With the contractor for the hit out of the picture, and with hard evidence of the Irisu Group's corruption in the hands of the organization, Yuuji and a recovering Makina return to the academy. JB drops Yuuji off at the academy after a job, but before he can exit the car, she kisses him on the cheek, much to his discomfort. To complicate matters, he finds that Sachi had witnessed the kiss but promises not to say anything. Yuuji returns to his room to find Amane waiting for him. Following their usual banter and a shower, Yuuji sits down to dinner when Amane receives a picture of JB kissing him. Sachi took saying literally, which arouses her jealousy. Yuuji asks Amane why she's so persistent in pursuing him, to which she responds, "It was love at first sight." He's not satisfied with her answer and presses her. She breaks down into Yuji's shock, mentions his sister's name. She reveals that she and Yuji's sister, Kazuki, were both freshmen on the same basketball team in middle school. As they talk further, Yuuji finally agrees to allow her to act as his girlfriend, provided that he does not have to act as her boyfriend. Amane then retrieves a journal from her room and gives it to Yuuji to read. The journal documents the tragic events that befell the basketball team as Amane, the sole survivor, remembers them. The survivors of the crash continue to make do as Kazuki continues to care for the wounded. As the days pass, they bury their dead and continue to gather what little food they can find. Their teacher, having scouted around, takes half of the food and leaves, promising that he will return with help. Despair sets in when he does not return after a couple of days. Malnourished, some of the girls start acting strangely. Finally, the pet dog of one of the girls perishes and is butchered to provide the survivors with sustenance. 2 weeks pass and no rescue is in sight, and the injured and malnourished girls start dying one by one. When their teacher returns without help, all remaining hope is lost. When Sensei claims to have hunted down a deer, Kazuki is suspicious and decides to set out with Amane in tow. She shows Amane that the venison that the others ate was in fact something else, and that the remaining survivors had gone mad and are active participants or do not care. When the others close in on the fleeing pair, Kazuki stays behind as a decoy to let Amane escape. At first hailed as a miracle survivor, Amane soon faces questions as to why she was the only one who survived. Suffering from nightmares, the relentless public pressure convinces her that she must be punished for living when everyone else died, and that Yuuji is the person with the greatest right to punish her. She even asks Yuuji to kill her. Yuuji instead asks her to live for his sake as her punishment in the hope that since he has accepted her, even knowing her past, she will come to forgive herself. Yuuji accompanies Amane to the site of the accident so that she can finally put the incident to rest. On the way, Yuuji is stopped by a man who claims to be Amane's greatest fan. After she pays her respects to her dead friends, Amane leads Yuuji to a location on the map that Kazuki gave her where they find a note hinting that Kazuki is still alive. Meanwhile, the man who accosted Yuuji had entered the academy and had taken the other girls hostage and demands Amane's presence. When they return home, Amane prepares to give herself up, and Yuuji, having been able to listen to the goings-on in the school via cell phone, comes up with a plan to end the standoff. The hostage taker is revealed to be the father of Chiaki Sakashita, who has not been able to deal with the death of his daughter and wants to kill Amane for surviving. Having decided that shooting Amane would be too easy a death, Sakashita removes her to the washroom to have his way with her. Yuuji is able to snipe Sakashita through a 10cm wide field of view from over 900 meters away, ending the hostage situation and reuniting him with the girls. Following a time skip of 1 year, an unidentified boat enters Japanese waters. One of the two passengers fires a rocket at the Coast Guard cutter and helicopter. The other opens a music box. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to let us know by leaving a like, subscribe for more stories, and check out other stories here. If you like what you listened to today, my name is Nate Barone. You can follow me down at the social medias down below or send me an email. Until next time, anime fans.